Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Timmy Trent. I'm your link to Fire Within, and this is part 2 of what I was just talking about. TikTok had only 10 minutes, so 10 minutes, right? So, again, let's start this video again. You got power. It doesn't matter how mad self-assertion you are, and just you've been doing all your life. You can change. You can change right now if you want to. That's your own free will, your power. God gave you. Nobody gave you that. God gave you. Now, since you're small, your mind don't have information. What happened? You have to learn, right? And a lot of us have run to, people that want to use it, abuse it, right? So that's how some people know. They know the information, but they're older now. They use you, abuse you because you're a young mind. So when you're young mind, what happened? Evil people love young mind. That's how they can manipulate things. But if you don't know what to do, what happens? Somebody's gonna come up and tell you, "Oh, I want you to do this way." So what you listen, right? What you don't know, you can listen, and you're gonna listen to the wrong people because you're young. You're young, right? Your parents say, "Hey, you need to do good," all kind of stuff. What you say? No, I'm not gonna do good. I'm gonna go out there and learn things myself. Well, you're gonna run into some bad people and not gonna be good for you. People gonna use you, abuse you, right? But that's how the world works, right? Same thing with any animal. When they're born, what happened? If they don't stick close to home, there's a parent teach you what happened. They wander around the wire. What happened? They get eaten. And same thing. We're young human, right? If the parent don't care, the parent don't teach them whatever, they're gonna wander out. And what happened? They get taught by the wrong people. There's a lot of wrong people out in the world, right? There are good people too, but that's gonna be rare. Somebody want to help you, right? Because some survival mode, you gotta use something, right? You gotta need help. And a lot of people out there, they don't think like to help you. They can benefit from you, but they're not gonna help you, right? You gotta do something for them. It's a trade-off. So be careful, you're young. You gotta willing to learn. Expand your mind, right? Find out from good people that believe in God, and not believe in God where all they do is just like reading scriptures and get together and don't really, and their life's still messed up. That's not good, right? You believe in God and your life messed up, it's not good, right? That means you don't follow God. Right? And there's a lot of people out there like that, right, Jay? So you just gotta be mindful and careful out there in the world, right? And you gotta listen to people. People go online, all kind of say, they say all kind of things. It may make you confused, right? And you let people that get mad. The truth teller tell you out there, tell the stuff, and the liar, the evil, they always lie, right? They always diverse thing, right? They always say one thing. You say, "Hey, let's talk about the water," and you tell them the water run downhill. And they say, no, the water's running this way, that way. What about the fire? See, now you were talking about the water, now they change the fire. They change people, evil people like that. They diverse things. They don't want to talk when you caught them on a lie, right? And they change things. They change things when you tell them the truth. You tell them, "Hey, fire's gonna burn you," and stuff like that. And they say, "No, but that fire is not burning because that But they don't understand. That fire is small fire, so it's not gonna burn. This big fire is gonna burn, right? But it's what it's like. They diverse you, right? You tell them, "Look, if you go and jump in the big fire, you gonna get burned, right?" Well, and they say, "You know what? No, that fire is small." Well, you gonna get burned too if you jump in that small fire, right? So, but they divert you from from the truth, right? If you call them, say, why you lying about this person? You know, and you throw that back at them. You know what happened? They start changing. They start changing the subject. Right? Let's talk about monkey. Right? We talk about monkey. They say monkey eat don't eat banana. I say, well, yeah, but a lot of monkeys eat banana. And they say, no, that monkey don't eat banana. But most monkeys eat banana. Yeah, 1 or 2 monkeys might not eat banana, but the same thing. You know, that's 40% of somebody doing something opposite of the rest of the people, right? It's weird. It's one of those, you know, one of those things. That's why only a few rich people, and that's a massive people that you know, that are rich, is because something they don't learn, right? Most of us don't learn, because you know, most of us learn to go to school and go to work for somebody, right? So that's what we end up doing, right? Until to this day. But that's what you know, our human existence has been, right? Because there's no meaningful technology until today. Today we got technology that will revolutionize the human evolve. You know, it seems like humans are going to be obtaining power, right? AI power, you know, like go robot like. And with that, you know, it's like, for a lot of humans, they can't comprehend it, right? Because when you run your emotion, with your feeling, you're gonna F off, right? That's how it works, whether you like it or not. Like I said again, if you live by your on you know, on a wave, on a wind, it's come and go. On a storm, it come and go. That's your feeling, that's your emotion, it come and go, right? So it's not sustainable unless you have a principle. Same thing, guys. If you want to get married, or girl, cow, you want to get married, you want to marry somebody that have, you know, a principle, right? Principle, not running by their feeling, right? You gotta have that. That person has to have principle. You live by the principle. They don't live by the principle. You know, you're gonna waste your life with that person, and it's not gonna work out for you, right? But then again, it's still not a guarantee, because they're human, right? They're human, because anything could happen, and it damage their cell, damage their you know, biological, you know, body and stuff like that. So when it damage their body, they function differently, right? Same thing, everything, right? Everything get damaged, whatever. It's not gonna perform properly, right? Same thing as human, right? You know, I can say all these things right now. If something happened to me, you know, I can go on saying the same thing over and over again. Is because I already, you know, if something damaged my body, that my body alter and change. You know, then I might say something differently, like I'm today. But as I am today, that I process is I spread God, you know, to you guys, and tell you what God tell me to tell you guys. The power is in you. The power is yours. Doesn't matter what you've been learned since you learned. That's a good thing about that. That power, where that doesn't matter what you learned in the past. Doesn't matter what you know what you have been living like. You can change that right now if you want to. But that is up to you. That's your own free will. That is what God is able to give you, right? But if you don't learn to follow properly, then there's nothing He can do for you. And other humans are gonna come in, and they're gonna, you know, and a lot of them don't, you know, it's not properly, you know, running by their, you know, principle, by the principle of God. So they're gonna use you and abuse you. That's the way it works, whether you like it or not. So if you learn to change, you want to change your life right now, just follow God, Jesus Christ, follow Ten Commandments. That's the only thing that you should learn and do to live by, and that will change your life, guys. All right, guys, have a good day.